right? So essentially that is the role of a trainer. Okay. Now we've been talking very briefly about facilitation skills. We said that a trainer is not like a teacher. You remember the role play we did on the first day. What is the difference between a teacher and a trainer or a facilitator, right? We also saw the difference between pedagogy and andragogy, and we realized that the adult learner is a different animal and needs to be treated differently. So now we're going to see that what is it that how do we actually do that? What are the things that we need to keep in mind, or how do we need to execute that to be able to be impactful to the adult learner? So what do you understand by facilitation? Someone had defined it day before yesterday, but let's have it again. What do you understand by facilitation in terms of training, in the context of training? Helping, okay.
Enabling the participants.
Sorry?
Enabling the participants.
Enabling the participants, okay.
Orchestrating the learning environment. Directing them.
You are actually one amongst the participant,
Okay.
and then you are assimilating and the knowledge that is there, and then trying to put it in a context where it is gone into each individual side.
Absolutely.
That's
So what Rama was saying and what you are saying, essentially you are a part of the learning process. You are the one who is facilitating that learning process, right? So like we said, facilitating means help. So you are helping that learning process to take place. And how? We said that there is a three-way learning. So the delivery that you are giving is one way, is one part of it. The other two parts are from the participants using these facilitation techniques. So for example, you've all seen these debates on television, news debates. Okay. Now suppose there is the budget, and then you have 3 experts or 4 experts sitting, and you have the anchor, the television anchor sitting. What is that anchor doing? Is that anchor an expert in economics?
no, he is moderating it.
He's moderating it, right? What he's doing is, he or she, they are channelizing the discussion in a manner that whatever are the needs of the viewers, whatever the viewers must be thinking, whatever the questions that the viewers must be having in their mind, to get those answers out of those experts. So therefore, firstly, that he has to have a certain level of knowledge, only then can he ask the right questions. Plus he has to have those interpersonal skills to be able to manage and guide that discussion in the right direction. He also has to have the knowledge about the participants or the viewers, that what would be the questions or what is the need of the viewers. So similarly, that is, it's quite akin to the role of a trainer. You have to know your participants' needs, you have to have adequate knowledge, and you should be able to leverage the knowledge or the expertise of your participants also. Okay, so let's see what are some of the...
And you should not behave like Arnab Goswami.
Yes, you should not behave like Arnab Goswami. I was waiting for someone to say it, I didn't want to say it.
That's a bad trainer.
Yeah.
It's a wrong
So
trainer.
what sells, ultimately what is success? Success is what sells. So,
To define success is very difficult. It's a relative term.
absolutely.
100%.
So let's take a 2-minute digression, and because it's a topic which is very close to my heart. So who would you call successful?
I am successful, sir.
But with happy is
No, see, the reason why I say I am successful, you should ask the next question is, why am I successful? My success is, I had come into this field with a lot of passion, And we started off at a stage where there were not even books available for solar. From that level to, I have withstood all the, and when we started, there was no so much of awareness. So when we have to call students to a classroom, they would only ask us what is the career path. And when we tell the career path, then they used to say, okay, since you have called us, okay, you are asking for 10,000, sorry, I'll pay you only 1,000 rupees. That used to be the negotiation, because we have passed through this entire cycle, life cycle of the ecosystem and sustained ourselves and doing a good, decent quality work, which is success for me.
Absolutely. So essentially, success is defined by you.
Not money.
It's not
Not in money, but
It is not. It need not necessarily.
yeah, it is the
Peace
peace
of
of
mind.
mind. Yeah.
So anyway, it's a huge topic, and I have done some work on this. That's why I'm saying it's very close to my heart. But I don't want to get sidetracked into that right now. Maybe over lunch we can discuss because it's a very interesting topic. I had a couple of years back I had done a survey, an online survey, where I had got about 1,000 responses and I have categorized them. So it's a very interesting study. We'll talk about it during lunch. Okay. So coming back to facilitation, how do you facilitate group learning? First is guiding without directing. Now, what do you mean by this?
Like yesterday, what you did, you asked us to pair ourselves. You didn't direct us. You are going to sit with him or you're going to sit with them. But you said you can pair on yourself.
Right.
It's a guidance. You are giving a guideline that yes, you can pair.
Okay, agreed. But that will
one way
probably,
of.
that is more of procedural thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the instructional part also.
Okay.
Right. While what you're saying is right, that will come later. There is another term for that. We'll talk about that. But when you're having a discussion, when there is so much of expertise available amongst your participants, if you direct the discussion in one particular manner, you may leave out certain aspects,
Yes.
which you may not be aware of at all. So if you are okay, so here comes in Arnab Goswami. What is he doing? He is directing the debate. Whereas a good anchor will be guiding the debate.
Yes.
Ask the right question. Yeah.
So sometimes it happens that the participants are very senior.
Right.
They may be having the experience of my age also.
Right.
In that case, sometimes there happens that some ego has development also.
Right.
In that case, like, how do you define the guide without this?
Okay. So in that case, in any case, you can't direct. Right. That is all the more reason you can't direct. Now, those situations occur very frequently, where your audience is more qualified, is more senior, but then you have to look back and ask yourself, why am I here? What is it that I have which I can contribute to these people, because of which I am standing here? Having analyzed that, if you can convey that to your participants in a very subtle way, and without trying to pull them down in any way or pull yourself up in any way.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, diplomatic way, and yes,
Respect.
Just for the young trainers, just some experience I would like to share.
yeah,
So before starting any program, if you have that technical experience or the qualifications, you should establish your expertise in that particular domain you are talking about. So that takes away that age factor from the participant. So they will respect you for what you are and not
Yes.
your age.
100%.
yeah.
100%.
So one is establishing your credentials and your credibility, the reason why you are standing here. Obviously, there is a reason, and that is why you are standing here, right? And second is acknowledging their expertise and experience.
Yes.
Lay that down as a ground rule. Say that I'm very privileged that we have such experienced people here. While I will be contributing this part of it, which I hope to bring anew to your notice, I would be gaining a lot, and I would request all of you to contribute. So that is how you. Okay. Helping people discover new approaches and solutions to problems. Any thoughts on this?
Teaching them how to logically break it down and then find a solution.
Okay.
In many ways, it is
Right.
not not stopping at one solution, but how
Right.
do you actually do it?
Right. Any example of this?
Like, any question they have, there's some problem, they're trying to find out a solution.
Right.
Suppose going downstairs is a problem for them. So they say we take a stair. So you can just propose, okay, there is a lift, so could you take this or not? Trying to answer question to them and try to get an answer from this.
Answer from them.
Yeah.
That is as far as question answers is also concerned. That is also as far as when you are doing something practical is also, right? For example, if you are doing a case study, say, right? Most of the time, it need not have a right answer. You need not say okay, this is the answer. A problem need not have just one solution unless it's a mathematical problem, right? If it is a if it is any other problem or any other requirement or any other task that has to be done, there may be multiple ways of doing it. So, excuse me. Instead of directing or mandating that, or ultimately saying that this is the solution, if you allow the participants to apply their experience and their knowledge, they will probably come up with more solutions than you would have on your own. Right? So that is why helping people discover new approaches. Knocking down walls which have been built between people. What do you mean by this?
Hesitation.
Hesitation? Okay.
Preconceived notions.
Preconceived notions? Yes.
Icebreaking.
Ice-breaking activity. Remember we talked about creating a comfortable learning environment.
Yeah.
Right? So this essentially implies that. So those walls or those barriers that may be there because of physical reasons, social reasons, psycho-emotional reasons, you need to identify them and you need to actively work towards breaking them down. If some participants have a language issue, you can, make them comfortable. Please speak in whatever language you are comfortable in, whether it is English, whether it is Hindi, whether, if it's the local language. There may be gender issues. There may be whatever. There may be, like I was giving an example, there may be people from the same organization where, there's a difference of seniority. So these are all barriers or walls which inhibit learning, which inhibit free discussions, which inhibit free participation by everyone. And as a trainer, as a part of the facilitation process, it is your job to identify firstly these walls and break them down. And how do you break them down?
Group activities.
Group activities.
Make sure people mix around a lot more.
Okay. What else?
Action.
Interaction.
Networking.
Encouraging.
Networking.
Encouraging. Making sure everyone gets a chance to participate. Not allowing one odd person to dominate. Giving everyone an equal opportunity. So those are the ways. Getting open and active participation, I think it will flow out of these things. Right? Encourage participants to share experience. Sorry, I think that was got hidden behind the image. So, what is the advantage of getting the participants to share their experience?
Eager learning that you were talking about.
Will take it.
Learning among peers.
Learning among peers, firstly, is see, I have 26 years of experience, but my experience may be in a different field, or what I have experienced in the same field may be different. Like, I'll give you an example of army itself. I've spent 20 years in the army. I've been posted in maybe 10 places. So I've seen certain places, or I've seen certain environments in which the army functions. But there are so many environments where I haven't been. I haven't been to Siachen. I haven't been to the Northeast. So I may have so much of experience, and yet I will not know everything about everything. Similarly, now if I am interacting with another person who has those experiences. So similarly, when you have a class of so many participants, each individual's experience will vary and will be unique.
Yeah. It will contribute.
So, yeah, each will be able to contribute uniquely to the overall learning. Therefore, you must encourage your participants to share their experience. The other advantage of doing that is that it gets the participants buy-in. It gets their interest going. You know, when you are sharing your experiences, you are feeling that you are a part of it. You automatically, your interest level goes up. Okay. Any questions about any of these points? Okay, let's move on to the next slide. It's a continuation of that. Speak less than 40% of the time. What does this mean? What should be happening?